Hi everyone, I just wanted to show you Kanchanaburi, the touristy areas. This is the guest house area nearby the river. This street is pretty similar for the next say 400 metres down this way, and then it's a little bit quiet for a little while. It's a K.5 from the bridge over the River Kwai, and I'm staying up this end, right at the end of this strip, just about 100 metres that way. And I'll show you around. It's quite cheap. Everything's very reasonable around here. People are friendly. Yeah, so it's very, very affordable. For example, here's some sit-down restaurant, and you've got shakes for less than $1 each. So accommodation, if you only get a fan room, you know, you're probably only looking around the, you know, $10, $11 mark. Aircon, you probably go up to like the $15 mark, $16. But there's a lot of activities in this area, such as you can go kayaking, you can go waterfall, about an hour away. There's also quite a few mountains around, boat trips. Yeah, it's a nice place, one of my favourite places actually. So yep, you can get, here we go, chicken soup for $1. There's a few bars as well for a bit of nightlife, plenty of coffee shops, pizza bar. Plenty of motorbikes for rent, 200 baht, so probably about, I think it's probably about $5 or $6 a day, US dollars. Probably a couple, $2 or $3 to fill it up, so very cheap. And massages are probably range from about $5 to $8. Yeah. Fairy floss for about, I don't know, what's that, about 25 US cents. Also, you can do trips out on the train and to Hellfire Pass as well. Quite a historical area, a lot to do with World War II. If you've ever seen the movie Bridge over the River Kwai. So I'll show you a bit later the bridge. But yeah, as you can see, quite a nice place. A little bit busier now in the evening, but in the morning it's really quiet. Alright, I'll show you around. So this is the River Kwai, just on the bridge near the guest house area. Guest house area is just over there, sort of behind that brown building, just either side. You've got some of those floating hotels, they're a little bit older, just behind it on the right there, and I'll show you some more up here. So yeah, I'm only about, like say, you know, 400 or 500 metres from my guest house. So as you can see there, they are there, some of them. Maybe the green ones, obviously not in use anymore. But in the background, I'm sure they're in use. Yeah, some of them in the back of the guest house up there. But the city is behind more or less that tall brown building there, probably about 2K away, 3K away. Some temples up there, another bridge up there, mountains. I usually ride along this bridge, cross over this bridge and ride towards those mountains in the background, a few K. Really nice farmland. There's a sort of a pond area about 500 metres up this way, and about a kilometre to a kilometre and a half up this way is the bridge over the River Kwai. Thought I'd show you the river boats with the accommodation on them. Here they are here, it's in the evening, nice and peaceful. There's a guy in the boat down there, a fisherman. Hope you can see him. But you can stay in these places. They're probably quite old now, I'm not sure about the mosquito situation. But yeah, nice and peaceful. And there's one down there, not sure if you can see it. There's the River Kwai. And this is just where I was showing you before in the main tourist guest house street. This is one of the guest houses called Smiley Frog. It's got a nice garden, nice view. So there's the accommodation there. They've got a pretty good restaurant, quite cheap, and it's only, I'm only like 150 metres from the main street. This is one of my favourite places, just outside Kanchanaburi. It's only about 1K from the tourist area. Across the bridge, it's just like a pond area. As you can see, it stretches down that way. I just like coming here for a coffee or a drink, especially when I ride around. This is the Kanchanaburi War Cemetery. Every time I come here to Kanchanaburi, I visit this at least one time. It's got a lot of graves of especially Western soldiers that died building the Thai-Burma railway line. So for me, there's a lot of Australians buried here. Also in the background there, in the middle, it's the Death Railway Museum, which is very much well worth visiting. Yep, so here's the touristy side of the bridge, so I'll just quickly show you around. You can see quite a few shops, souvenir shops, t-shirts, and I'm pretty sure that's the station up there where it stops, and I would imagine it stops in the centre of Kanchanaburi town as well. And some more coconuts, jewellery, coconuts, drinks. And this is the bridge over the River Kwai area, very touristy around here. But fantastic experience to just walk along the bridge. And they've got these little eating areas, little restaurants down there. Plenty of souvenirs, snacks. And the train actually still crosses the bridge. Plenty of t-shirts to buy over there. There's heaps of souvenir shops where you can buy, I think there's gemstones and all sorts of things. There's a museum just over here. I haven't been in, but it's supposed to be a bit strange actually. Yep, so here's a bit better view of one of those restaurants. Obviously some tourists eating down there at the moment. If you see on the front left hand side, they've got a little sort of a Thai style speedboat where you can take them for a ride along the river, so it's a bit of fun. There's a Chinese temple on the other side here. So I'm just on the other side of the bridge, away from the tourist area. I quite like this area. Nice and relaxing on this side, hardly any tourists. You can still buy jewellery over here. There's a little shop, a little store with drinks, and this leads to that Chinese temple. But yeah, just nice and quiet on this area, I quite like it. Just a close-up of one of those jet boats. This one's pretty big and has cover, so I'm not sure if it goes as fast as the smaller ones. Just walk out on the pier. Good view from this side. As I said before, I much prefer this side of the bridge. There it is there. And let's go down towards my guest house, just on the other side of that next bridge. And here's a cute little stop at the end of the bridge. A lot of nice flowers. Not a bad little area. So here's the sign, River Kwai Bridge. Yep, so I'm not sure if the train stops here or if people just, once they come across the bridge, have a rest here. So yeah, nice and handy. It's into the jungle, I guess, towards Myanmar way. And that's back the way I've just come. I'll just show you, I'll just go for a little walk across the bridge.